All right, this is it. All the talking is done with. It's time for the 2023 procession job for some of you for Constitution Hill. Or will Stateman be the rival that a lot of the layers are hoping for? Let's find out. The talking's done. Over to Danny Archer for the call. Dan, the sun shines in Prestbury Park.
Not often you get butterflies in your stomach before a race, but this is one of those. This is the Unibet Champion Hurdle Grade 1 contest. 3:30 over the extended 2 miles. Constitution Hill, 4 to 11, 7 to 2 Stateman. Vauban at 14s, 22s I like to move it, and 50s, 100s and 250 about the other 3. But as they start to line up, Not So Sleepy goes straight into lead. Vauban on his inside, I like to move it, and on the outside, Constitution Hill. Gap back to Stateman, Jason the Militant, and at the back of the field, Zanahir. I like to move it, attacks the first hurdle, pings it nicely, along with Not So Sleepy. Constitution Hill moves up into 3rd. Vauban, Jason the Militant, Stateman keeping a watchful eye, Paul Townend on his market rival, and Zanahir in 7th. But I like to move it, showing the early pace, G-Rod.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. They've got Stateman held up in second last. Quite a way
this is
behind
what I
Constitution Hill,
wanted to see personally, guys. This is what I think. If with Stateman, this couldn't be going much better at the moment.
Constitution Hill's lovely position, just in second, travelling nicely. Jumped the first well. I like to move it in front. He's right next to Not So Sleepy, Constitution Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Stateman settled better than Constitution Hill currently. Constitution Hill running a little bit exuberantly. I think I like to move it's exuberant. But yeah, you remember Stateman in the county last year was absolutely incredible the way he came cruising into it. So you get the feeling it's going to be a repeat dose of that ride. And you kind of, the only way you can beat Constitution Hill, I think, is by him kicking on and him hoping that he catches him unawares.
An interesting move there, guys, as they go out onto the hill on the far side. Then Nico just let Sam know he wasn't going to be able to start this race. He is the keenest I've seen him. While he's not, we wouldn't say took keen hold, he's just full of himself at the minute, and he's also switches off so beautifully. And that's because there is something of a Mickey Mouse gallop on G.
Well, he's absolutely flown the first 2 hurdles, and that's the problem for Nico. He jumped so well, he's almost taken himself to the front, Constitution Hill. He's already alongside I Like to Move It again.
Yeah.
And they're coming up to the 3rd. I bet he absolutely wings it, and then might almost end up in front. I can't believe Stateman's going to beat him from that far behind.
And again, he's nearly jumped his way to the front there, Danny. That was poetry.
That was a beautiful leap. What a leap from Constitution Hill. Now takes the lead by about half a length. I Like to Move It comes back on the inside. Not So Sleepy, Vauban, Stateman. Paul Townend just starts to get a little bit closer.
Yes, he does.
Jason the Militant in 6th, and at the back of the field, still Zanahir. But up front, still I Like to Move It and Constitution Hill going toe for toe.
Vauban's travelling well through the race, isn't he?
In first now.
Yeah, well, again, what you've got
lovely.
You've got an unbeaten course and distance winner in front. You've got a Supreme Novices winner. You've got a County Hurdle winner. You've got a Triumph Hurdle winner. You've got proper Cheltenham horses here, and they're coming back to a track that they've all relished and excelled at in the past. So they're in their comfort zone, those 4, because they've been here and they've done it.
The Triumph winner keeps catching my eye, G, and he'll like a speed test, will Vauban. I think we're going to see a peak performance from him come what may.
Slowing it down again.
They've slowed it right up. Constitution Hill right alongside I Like to Move It. Stateman right behind him with Vauban. But Constitution Hill, I think he's just doing a half speed here, Dave. He's absolutely cruising.
He's absolutely lobbing along. Danny Archer with 3 to jump.
Constitution Hill, and I Like to Move It then. Stateman tries to move into 3rd alongside his stable companion Vauban. Then a gap back to Jason the Militant, Not So Sleepy and Zanahir. But back up front, it's the 2 British challengers at the moment. I Like to Move It in Constitution Hill, who head their way to the next. Vauban in 3rd and Stateman in 4th. They've quickened it up now as they come to this next flight of hurdles. Constitution Hill, he barely touched it. What a lovely leap that was. Stateman now moves into 3rd. Vauban in 4th, then a gap back to the other 3. I Like to Move It now. It's starting to be pushed along and looks to be struggling as Constitution Hill takes it up, but it's the Mullins duo who now come to challenge. Vauban and Stateman on the outside.
Great jump,
Constitution Hill, what a brilliant leap. Stateman now shrugged along by Townend to get closer. Is this where we see him burst away? Zanahir staying on for the back of the field. Nico lets him go. And Constitution Hill bursts clear in 6-7 lengths. Stateman in 2nd and a gap back to Vauban. But as they come to the final flight, Constitution Hill, he's barely come out of 2nd gear. He's gliding towards it as they come to the last. Constitution Hill, he's stood off it, but he's through. And Constitution Hill, we might be seeing a second coming. This young horse is special. He's a wonderful talent. Constitution Hill roars to glory in the champion hurdle. What a performance.
Second, Vauban, I think, might have been past the 3rd by Zanahir. Some people were hoping for that one if you had the 1, 2, 3. My Lord, that didn't disappoint, did it? Stateman latched on, and for one brief second, It looked like he might give him a race. And then Nico said, away we go. And oh my Lord, who's counting the distance then? Ross Briley.
I mean, it was 6 before they switched the camera and Stateman hadn't even come into shot. That was easy's not the right word, is it? Because easy almost underplays the fact that Constitution Hill is doing a different dance to everyone else. He raced a little bit exuberantly. He tracked I Like to Move It, I got the feeling that I Like to Move It throughout the entire race was terrified from start to finish. He was like, get away from me, you monster.
Yeah, he was broken, that's for sure.
He was
Those of us that
broken.
thought he might stay there. 3 out, you were like, yeah, okay, he's the one that paid for it. Paul Townend cleverly wanted nothing of it early on, did he?
And if we're honest, the only disappointment of that race was that the first and second favourite were in different parishes from the start to finish, and you never actually got to see Stateman go, come on, I'm going to have a go at you. He never, ever got anywhere near to him to land a blow, and that's the only disappointment about that, because Constitution Hill was so good that Paul Townend went, right, I'm going to try and... Oh, no, you've gone.
How many lengths, Joe Green says out there? I see you, Joey Green. And Hugh Masson says, and he powered himself at the last G. He really took off, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, it was just absolutely flown the last. That is without doubt the greatest champion hurdle performance I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely superb. He was bang on at every fence. He was effortless. He travelled beautifully. And like Ross said, had come off the home bend, and Stateman couldn't even get within 5 or 6 lengths. Just even Constitution hadn't even come off the bridle. I mean, this horse is an absolute monster, and he is the most exciting horse to grace the jump scene this century.
If not ever, a lot of people will be saying, and we will get the debrief of that. The Steve Mason and the Racing Post handicappers will be musing over themselves